Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be HyuN, and we are here. It is going to be the grand final of DreamHack Valencia, and it is going to be a ZVZ game up the top left side of the map. It is our red Zerg player HyuN, and down the bottom right side of the map it is our blue Zerg player Jaedong. So the best of the best of the best of Zerg players have made it through in this tournament, getting in there, getting the right stuff done. HyuN doing an excellent job so far. He's beaten the STC, he's beaten Lucifron, and he's beaten Ghostware, which is actually going to be really good for him, because just having taken down a high level Zerg player like Ghostware in the semi-finals is going to put him in very good stead for facing off against another very high level Zerg player in the grand finals. And meanwhile, Jaedong, he defeated Vortex, a Zerg player, back in the round of 16, but since then it's been Protoss after Protoss with JYP and Stardust. And yeah, so he's going to have to switch back into ZVZ. And yeah, but he is still going to be extremely aggressive in here. Looks like he's actually going for a 10 pull straight off the bat. He's going to try and finish it off nice and early in game number 1. And yeah, we will see how HyuN deals with this. If he gets the hatch first, which it looks like he may be doing, then yes, he is going to be in trouble. He's going for the hatch first, and oh, yeah, he's thinking about it. There he goes, the hatch first coming down. Ling's coming straight out for Jaedong, and this is going to be bad for HyuN in game number 1. He might be able to hold it off, but he hasn't got the pull yet. He's just going fairly standard. He's going to be a 16 pull coming out. But no, he's actually going for the gas first, man. He's going for some very heavy macro sort of stuff going on. And look at this, man. More workers coming out. Looks like he's maybe going for an 18 pull or something. No, there goes the 16 pull. Very delayed. And whoa, I think he got that down because he saw the Lings, man. He's getting the queen out ASAP. But he is in a hell of a lot of trouble here. He's just done everything right for getting massive macro, but everything wrong for dealing with a 10 pull. Is just I do not know how he can do it. I think he's hoping maybe to chase these Lings away. These Lings are not going to be fooled, but they shouldn't go for the expansion. They should go for the main base. Getting down the expansion is nice, but you want to finish him off, man. You want to take him out, and he can cancel at the very last second if he thinks this is going to die. If he thinks he can't save it. And no, actually choosing not to cancel it, taking all of the drones off the line. But Jaedong has quite a lot of Lings here, and I don't know if this is a good idea from HyuN, man. I mean, he's trying to buy time for his queens to get out. You see, he's cancelling the queen there. He knows it's never going to get out in time, and in hindsight, he probably should have cancelled that hatchery when it was 99% done, because there was no way he was ever going to save it. But he's getting some Lings out now, and yeah, really great job from HyuN getting the Lings out. I feel like Jaedong had a chance there to do a bit more than just take out the expansion, but he chose to just snipe the expansion, and that's fine. But he hasn't really evened himself out. He hasn't got an advantage with that 10 pull. He's just evened himself out, because look at the minerals, look at the workers. He's 2 workers ahead. He's 50 minerals ahead. He's not really ahead at all. He's taken out HyuN's expansion, but he hasn't got his own. So yeah, not really doing that much. He's forcing some very defensive play here, but no, not much. I mean, he's getting his own hatchery, and I suppose HyuN is going to be a little bit worried about getting his own hatchery, but he's got to get it very soon. And if he knew that, actually he does know, this Overlord should be able to spot it. Should go in and spot it anyway to see that it's down, and when that's down, then HyuN could definitely start thinking about pushing out and going for his own expansion, because he's got to know that the Jaedong is not really going to be a heavy amount of pressure on him right now anymore. So there we go. He's moving out, getting his own expansion, but all that little bit of uncertainty there is is going to cost him a lot of time on getting that hatchery back up. If he got it up, I don't know, if he got it up like half a minute ago or a minute ago, if he'd been a little bit more aggressive, then he would have been fine. He would have been equal. But yeah, getting it up so much later at the 6.5 minute mark, re-getting it, it was due to him being on a defensive mindset. Jaedong firmly put him on a defensive mindset, and then yeah, he's paying for it a little bit by putting that hatchery in so late. And now it is going to be HyuN, but HyuN is not HyuN has actually been pumping out the workers like nobody's business, man. He's been doing a really good job getting the workers out. And it looks like Jaedong, with only 19 workers still, he's got to be thinking about finishing it off in the next minute or so. I mean, we can see Bailing's being morphed over here. We can see a whole bunch of Lings. So that's the reason why his worker count is so low. He's thinking of going in there. And I think, yeah, if he wipes out the expansion again, then, yeah, I mean, HyuN is just not going to be happy with that. He just might have to think about getting the GG. But Bailing's going to go in, wipe out most, or not, pretty much all of the Lings. This is going to go down. He's going to have to cancel it. I think he must have cancelled it, actually, because he's got so many minerals. And yes, they're going to be a nice gate here, but so many Lings to get through. And this, he might be able to hold it off with the help of these spines, but the queens are just about to die. And there we go, the last queen goes down. And this, I don't know, man. With the expansion taken out again, I think HyuN is he's possibly just too far behind at this point. I mean, he definitely had that worker advantage, but with the base completely going down, he has to get this, like, straight away, right the hell now. But with two successful attacks from Jaedong, neither one doing critical damage, but both doing major damage, I think Jaedong may have bought himself a lead in this game. And I think HyuN is, yeah, I don't know, man. HyuN is definitely on the back foot. He's trying to get some stuff done, but look at this, Roach Warren coming out. And if Jaedong could put out a 5th attack in a few minutes consisting of roaches, then yeah, I think that'll be the killing blow right there. Just the first 2 to soften him up, and then the 3rd one to knock him out. But HyuN is going to go out and hit out a little bit by himself, or at least get some scouting information done. And he's gonna see the expansion down, but that's no less than he expected. What he'd really like to see is a 3rd base, but he does have the Overlord over there to see that already, so that's going to be fine. He's mainly looking for tech buildings. He sees the Roach Warren. He didn't get to see any of the buildings up the top side, but seeing the Roach Warren is all the information that he needs to know about. So he knows that he's got to focus on his own roaches ASAP. Luckily for him, he's already got the Roach Warren going on. And yeah, what is going to be happening in this game? 3rd base going down for Jaedong, and this gives HyuN a little bit of an opportunity to do a hard push out off 2 bases with a crap load of roaches, man. Because yeah, he's behind a little bit on the economy. He needs to catch up, but on the other hand, if he just goes for a crap load of roaches, he might do that if he thinks that Jaedong is going to just be focusing on his economy. It's not the case though. Jaedong is getting out a crap ton of roaches. He's getting a bit of economy, but he's mainly focusing on roaches. So it looks like HyuN is going to be taking this time to sort of balance up his own economy, going for a bit of a safe route, but I don't think there's any safe route when it comes to facing a player like Jaedong. Either decision, whether you choose to go for economy, whether you choose to go for a hard push of roaches, whether you choose to tech up to something higher, any option is dangerous, because you just don't know. You don't know what your opponent is doing at every single second of every single game. And if he does one thing and you do the other, I mean, it really is like rock, paper, scissors, man. If you get the wrong one, then you lose, man. You just lose. If you go for economy and Jaedong goes for a crap ton of roaches and then pushes in, then yes, you may be screwed. So HyuN getting a bit more of economy, trying to catch up, but I mean, say Jaedong's got 10 more workers in the past few minutes. If he put all of those minerals into roaches, then I don't know if HyuN would survive this, but he's pushing out with a decent force, but this is not all his entire committing. He's just pushing in with a decent force, and meanwhile he's getting 10 more workers, and meanwhile he's getting 3rd base out. So yeah, he's going to be getting enough roaches to put some pressure on HyuN, but his main thing, I think, is to keep this worker count nice and high, to keep himself in the lead. He's got the 3rd base out, and he'd really like to snipe this base. If he snipes this base, then that's going to be good. He sees an actual opportunity to get rid of these forces, man. HyuN's got a decent amount of roaches, but if we have a look, man, decent is just not enough, man. I think this worker count is really going to be adding up over a while. HyuN's trying to get the advantage here, trying to move some spine crawlers in, but Look at this, man, just surrounding them, just wiping them out. Upgrades are the same for both players. And there we go. You're just going to have to give the GG right there to Jaedong. And just, man, just awesome play there from both players. But Jaedong with those really early attacks, man, taking out the hatchery twice. That is just freaking insane with his Ling attacks. Really good stuff. And he just kept the momentum going, kept the edge that he had. He kept the edge with the economy, he kept the edge with the army numbers, and it was a beautifully played game from Jaedong, just absolutely flawless. And yeah, that is going to take him to a 1-0 lead in this series. And yeah, HyuN has been really strong so far in this tournament, but he's looking like he's definitely met his match here. I would not be surprised if HyuN is knocked out, because Jaedong is just that good a player. But of course we know from watching HyuN versus Ghostware that HyuN can own Zerg players when he really wants to, man. So there we go, and I would not be surprised to see HyuN going for another 10 pull at some point. So we'll have to see how that goes in game number 2. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you've enjoyed this game. I'll catch you guys in game number 2.